It's the Slam Dunk.
Okay, so yesterday my Slam Dunk revealed the Taupō District Council is upgrading its joint agreement with local iwi Ngāti Tūwharetoa to give them even more powers and more rights and more influence. It's been kept from the public until yesterday. It's been so secretive. That's undemocratic, and residents deserve better, I reckon. Anyway, as a result of that, I've been inundated with emails and messages from people in Taupō expressing their concern and pointing out how iwi are extorting them already, and using their links with council to ban certain activities and to charge them through the nose for access to certain rivers. So here's the email. Hey Duncan, love your show. Your voice and opinions are valued. In regards to overreach by the iwi in and around the Taupō region, a few years ago, a bunch of fly fishing content creators were prevented from making content from rivers in and around Taupō. No one's talking about this. These guys really don't make any money from it. There's no money in fly fishing. They've received letters from iwi lawyers and told they are commercial operators, so they need to pay a fee to make content. It needs to be approved by the iwi. This makes it impossible for them to produce the content, and they're hardly in a position to challenge them in the courts. If anything, they promote the area, bring people to the area, and they buy licences, which directly benefits iwi and the region. They have basically no impact on the river or the environment. You can see from the views on YouTube they're making hardly anything, and I doubt they're getting sponsorships that pay the bills. I get it that they have rights over the rivers and they make a lot of money from fishing licences. However, this seems petty and an overreach. They're showing up with phones and GoPros. It's not a full production crew. Cheers, Owen. So I tracked the videos down, and these guys down, and looked at some of the videos they're making. It's fun. It's fly fishing content. They aren't a business. They just have fun making the videos on the rivers. But the overreach from iwi becomes pretty clear when you listen to the bloke. They were told to stop filming. They need to apply for access along with a fee that was a commercial rate, way over the top and unaffordable. He's not even a business. Is this how co-governance works and looks? And where was the council when these guys needed them? Where was the council? Was it on their side? They were absent. And now if this is what's going to happen, then don't we need to rise up, push back and say, no thanks, this is not how it's going to work?
So what's happened is the local iwi around here have basically been given control of the local rivers that flow into the lake, which they also have control of, which is all good and fair. And what they've done is they've contacted me directly and they've explained that they see this channel as commercial gain. And what they want to do, because of my commercial gain, is they want to charge me to film YouTube videos on any of the local rivers that flow into the lake. So essentially what they want me to do is every time I want to go and film a YouTube video for you guys, is I have to fill out an application form, submit that with an application fee, and then if they give me permission to film, they then want to charge me a daily filming fee for any filming I want to do. Then submit it to them, and then they look at it and then decide whether or not I can post it or not. So basically what that means is it's just become too expensive for me to do.
So the iwi forced him to stop the videos. It was no longer viable. The fee was way too high.
Unfortunately, the amount of money that they want to charge me to film is more than I'll ever make back from a video anyway, and it's just, I just can't do it. I can't afford it. Unfortunately, what I have to do now is just not film any fishing videos until October, when the backcountry opens again and I can go somewhere else, and then I'll kick things back off again. So I'm really sorry about that, guys. It's a bit of a bummer, and to be honest, I've taken a couple of months off fishing. I've still been posting videos that you've been watching from summer, but I'm out of that footage now, and so took a bit of a break, took a couple of months off fishing, and just had some downtime. Anyway, I went fishing for the first time yesterday with my buddy Maddie, and it was good fun. We had a good couple of hours messing around, caught some fish, and it was actually weird fishing and not filming for a change. Yeah, I'm not used to that. But anyway, I just wanted to bring you guys up to speed, so I'm sorry you're not going to be seeing any fishing videos for the next couple of months, but come October, I'll be kicking them back off again, and we'll just be back cracking on like normal, exploring, finding some new water, catching some fish, having a good time. In the meantime, what I am going to do is put more effort into my Patreon videos, so if you guys do want to support me, see some fresh content, go over to my Patreon, sign up, and I'll put some stuff on there for you, and would really appreciate the support. Otherwise, I'll put the odd Friday filler up, some informational stuff. I've got some ideas of stuff I want to do, but it just won't be on the river. That's it, guys. That's pretty much all this video was about, was just bringing you up to speed, telling you what's going on. Apologies that I'm not going to be bringing you as much content over the next couple of months, but there really is nothing I can do about it.
Surely this is not the intent of co-governance, or is it? Is this what National envisaged and wanted? Because they're speaking out of both sides of their mouth. They brought this stuff in, and now they're saying, or are they not saying? What are they saying? Are they saying they don't want it now? What? When the iwi's stopping a legitimate guy going fishing on the river, and because he films it and posts it, the iwi say you can't do that unless you pay us some money. It's all right if money changes hands. Oh, pay us some commercial moolah. What have we got here? Well, it'll be more than $10. But pay us some of this, and then suddenly it's all okay. That's bloody extortion. Is this the New Zealand that we know? This is far from it. And it's not just in Taupō as well. I got this email this week as well. Look at this. Hi, Duncan. My partner used to work for a zoo in Auckland, not the Auckland Zoo, and anything to do with permits to do conservation work with native animals or anything involving iwi cost the zoo a fortune. One example, after the zoo set up a Kiwi house to contribute to New Zealand conservation, costing just over $2 million, privately funded, no government, to set up, local iwi, under the condition of having a permit to have Kiwi on site, asked for $45,000 per annum and a new ute for one of the iwi leaders. The owner offered an older ute, or car, owned by the company, as they couldn't afford the $70,000 for a new car for them. They shut it down and insisted a new ute had to be a new ute. And after a year of work and building up 2,000 plus weta for release, iwi and Doc took 9 months post the planned release date to give the go-ahead to release on the mainland, in which 30% had died off due to the waiting. Condition on this as well that iwi had to be the main transport from the zoo to the release site to make sure that they were safely transported, even though none of them had signed off to handle the weta. They insisted as well to do so they'll have a good number of hands to do this to make sure that it was carried out correctly and a vehicle side-written to promote the release. What followed was 2 people in a hire van with a A4 piece of paper tapped to the back of the window with one word, wetapunga, on the back, with a cost to the company of $5,000 for the transport. It was all within Auckland. $5,000 for the hire race van. Unsure if it was useful information for you or not, but I understand iwi are trying to do the right thing. They just can't justify the cost. Love the show, Duncan. Keep it up. Cheers. No name there. We've been taken for a ride, folks. It's obvious there. I think it's pretty clear, isn't it? And as much as you may want to point the finger at iwi, they're doing what they're allowed to do. The problem is with the council staff and the officers who've allowed this to happen, I reckon, as well. They're being aided and abetted, you see. There's a culture that's seeped into these council chambers that allows this sort of stuff to happen. That's why these documents have been written to enable it. Is this how the treaty was meant to work? Māori charging others for the right to fish and film? Māori charging others for the right to drop some weta off down at the local mainland site? Carry on like this and it will end us. There'll be no one left here. Iwi can ban and charge who they like, but no one will be living here. So they can charge, there's no one to charge and no one to ban. Maybe that's the main goal, to return to 1840. It's just so anti-New Zealand and un-New Zealand what's happening here. And I intend to keep the spotlight on it.
Editor-in-Chief with Duncan Garner.